Hi, my name is Janice Sherman. I've been teaching yoga for over 6 years, and my favorite part of teaching is creating a practice that works for absolutely everyone. So hopefully I'll see you on the mat. Namaste. Hello, and welcome to today's class, which is all about hips and shoulders. And the class will be especially good for pitchers and lacrosse players and surfers because we're going to work on external rotation. So come to a comfortable seated position and just start to breathe naturally. Inhale, filling up your low belly, middle belly, chest, and then release. And again, lower belly, middle belly, chest, and release. Let's take a moment to warm up our neck. So drop your chin down and to the right. And then maybe even glance a little higher. Play around with what feels good on your neck. Come back down to center and go the other way. You can add your left hand if you like. But press your head into your hand into your head. Come back to center. And then engage your core, lift your chest. Let's take your right hand onto your left knee. Left hand behind, lift and release. And then come back to center. Let's walk your hands in front. Rock from side to side. And then walk your hands on up. And let's switch which legs in front. And if this is not comfortable in any way, you can always come into butterfly pose. So take your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind you, lift your chest, look behind you. Nice. Glance over your left shoulder. And then come back to center, rock from side to side. So if it's earlier in the morning, this is going to be more difficult. If it's later in the day, you might be a little bit more open. Nice. And then let's make our way on to all fours. Pressing your hands into the mat, lifting your chest. Exhale, round. Lift your chest. Exhale, round. One more time, lift your chest, bring your right foot forward, roll your hands up onto your leg, and let's start by sending your arms up high, and then drop your right hand, reach your left arm up a little bit higher, and then come right in front, bring it across, and let's just get that front of the shoulder stretching. And then exhale, release. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Pulling that right hip back, bringing your chest towards your front leg. Nice. Come back to center. And then we'll come on to all fours. Send your left foot forward. Crawl your hands on up, lifting your chest. Send your arms up, rooting in your feet. And then bring that left arm down, bring that right arm up. So you're getting a nice stretch in your hip and your shoulder. And then bring this down to neutral and across. Again, getting that front of your right shoulder. Nice. Exhale, release. Let's pull this left hip back. Nice. Bringing your chest towards your thigh. Rock on forward and come into a nice downward facing dog. So bringing your chest towards your bent knees and then maybe pedaling out your legs. Nice. Good. And then let's slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to flat back. Fold, Sweep your arms up. Hands to your heart. Nice. We're going to do some lunging. So inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Now bend your knees and send that right leg back. Drop your right knee. Sweep your arms up. And then this time, let's hook your thumbs behind you. Open up the front of your shoulders. Nice. Exhale, hands in front of your left foot. Zip up your back leg. Float forward. Come to flat back. And then fold down again. Send your left leg back. Feel that nice stretch in the front of your left hip flexor. Drop your left knee down. Sweep your arms up. And then hook your thumbs, opposite thumb on top, opening up your chest. Nice. Hands to the mat. Zip up your back leg. Rock forward. Come to flat back. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms up. Hands to your heart. Nice. Let's do that again. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees. Drop that right leg all the way back and maybe longer and wider than you think. You can stay up higher for a moment. Really feeling that stretch in the front of your right hip flexor and then melt on down. Good. Sweep your arms up. Nice. And then let's grab your right elbow with your left hand. So put your hand in between your shoulder blades. Get that nice stretch in your triceps. And then if you want to take it further, you can bring this left arm around, grab your shirt. Maybe you can grab your fingers, opening up the front of your chest and your shoulder. Good. Exhale. Hands to the mat. Zip up your back leg. Float forward. Come to flat back. Fold. Send your left leg back farther and wider than you think. Take a moment. Feel that nice stretch in your left hip flexor. Drop your knee. Sweep your arms up. Nice. And then same thing on this side. Grab that left elbow. Place your hands in between your shoulder blade. Bring your head into your arms so that your neck isn't jutting forward. And then stay there or bring this arm behind, maybe grabbing your shirt, maybe grabbing your fingertips. Nice. One more breath here. Good. Release. Zip up your back leg. Good. Rock forward. Take a nice fold, maybe taking your feet wide. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to your heart. From here, we're going to go right into chair pose. So get nice and low, engage your core, send your arms in front of you, and then again, take your arms behind you, open up your chest. Good, fold. Let your legs straighten a little. Hands to the floor. Let's step back to down dog. So I want you to press into your thumbs and your second finger. And then come forward to plank. Maybe come to your knees, maybe not. Come forward and down. Hug those elbows in, roll your shoulders up and back. Good. Downward facing dog. Good. Take your right leg up behind you. And you want to start with your feet wider. You want your weight to be even in both hands. So bring that right leg up behind you. Bend your knee, open your hip. Maybe you can turn your foot around in a circle, get a little ankle stretch. Then straighten your right leg. Bring your knee to your nose. Step it through. If you're not flexible enough to do that, you can step your foot here and bring it through. Or you can come down onto all fours, step it through. Either way, you're going to end up in Warrior One. Good. And then again, hook your elbows, open up your chest. Be humble with where you are. Good. Inhale, come on up. And let's take our arms in external rotation. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Shine your heart. Good. And then pull this right hip back again. Let's get another hamstring stretch. Good. Make your way back up. And then hands to the floor. You can rest in down dog. Or you can come forward to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Nice. And then same thing on this side. So I'd say start with wider feet. Take that left leg up behind you. Weight even in both your hands. Bend your knee, open your hip. Twirl your left foot around in a circle. Good. And then square your hips. Bring your knee to your nose or come onto all fours, but make your way into warrior one on this side. So make sure you're stable. If you're wobbly, you might not be wide enough. Bring your arms up. Nice. And then again, hook your thumbs. Shine your heart. Be humble with wherever your body is today. Breathe. Nice. Inhale, come on up. Take your hands out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Strong core. Exhale. Shine your heart. Nice. Hands to the floor. Come back to downward facing dog. Nice. And then bend your knees, look forward, walk or float to the front of the mat. Come to flat back. Fold, bend your knees, come back into chair. Nice, press all the way up. Good, hands to your heart. One more set like that, so sun B, chair pose. Take your thumbs behind you, open up. Fold, straighten your legs a little, opening those hamstrings, then rebend. Hands to the mat, good. Come back to downward facing dog. Good. Stay here or come forward to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Good. And then this time take your right leg up behind you. Bend your knee, open your hip. Twirl your foot again. Good. And then if you're feeling super strong and sassy, you can spin into wild thing. Maybe this isn't going to happen today, but maybe the next time. Come back, step your foot through, and we're going to drop that knee, come into a twist. Good. So left hand down, right hand on your hip. Make sure you hug your right knee in. You can send that right arm up and over. Look at your hand. Then send your arm away and look at the floor. So it's a nice hip and neck stretch. Look at your hand. Look away. Nice. Look at your hand. Look away. Nice. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Good. Take your left leg up behind you. Bend your knee, open your hip. Maybe you stay there and you're just fine, just like that. Otherwise, hopefully I'm not going to hit the wall. Take a spin. Zip up your core, come into wild thing on this side. Nice. Come on back. Good, and step your left foot through. Nice, and we'll do that twist on the other side. So right hand down, left arm up and in front. Make sure you hug that knee in. Look at your hand, then look at the floor. Look at your hand, look at the floor. Look at your hand. Look at the floor. Nice. And then come back to downward facing dog. Nice. And then we're just going to make our way onto our bellies and do some nice shoulder and back bending. So first, hands behind you again. They can be hooked or just next to each other. I want you to lift your chest more long than high. And then if you can, lift your legs out and in, come down. Out and in, good. Out and in. Turn your head to the left, bend your knees, go from side to side. Nice. Then you're going to place your left hand next to you, out to the side. Your right hand is next to your chest. And you're going to turn onto your left hip. So pressing into your right hand, press, press, press. Getting the front of your left shoulder. And then maybe you stay here, or maybe you can bring this leg behind you. Make sure you're not straining your neck. And then come back to center. And we'll go the other way. So right hand out to the side. We're going to get the front of our right chest. Left hand next to us. Press into your left hand. Turn and open. Again, so right now my neck is raised, so I'm going to rest my neck. I can always put a blanket underneath there. And then I'm going to go a little bit deeper and take this left foot behind me, opening up my hips, opening up my shoulder. You can play around with where your hand is so that it feels good on your shoulder. Come back to center. Good. Bend your knees. Go from side to side. And then let's take your left elbow across. Press into your left elbow and your left hand. Grab your right leg. Get that nice stretch in your quad. Nice. Exhale. Switch sides. Right elbow goes across. Lift your chest. Bend your back foot. If you can reach it, grab it. If you can't reach it, just have it bent. Get a stretch in that quad. Nice. And then exhale, we're going to come into a nice child's pose. Nice. And then we're going to come into a lizard lunge. So bringing your right foot forward. Take your hands in between your legs. Bringing your chest forward. And then if that's not enough for you, you can zip up your back leg. Or you can keep your knee on the mat, whatever feels good to you. Good. Drop that on down. Take your right foot at an angle. Press your right hand into your right thigh. Open up that hip. You should feel a nice stretch in the outer right glute. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. So if you do not have knee issues, you're going to bring your right knee at an angle and across in front of you, your left leg behind you. Bring your head to the mat and relax. Otherwise, if that hurts your knees, you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee, hug this on in, and do pigeon on your back. You can stay here, or you can straighten your left leg. Nice. Either way, we're going to make our way back on up and switch sides. So this time, take your left foot in front of you. And if this at all hurts your knee, you can put a blanket under your knee. You can always roll the mat under your knee if you don't have a blanket. So whatever you need. Hands on the inside of your left foot. Feel that deep stretch in the lunge and the lizard. And then either stay here or zip up your back leg. You can even rock if that feels good. Really getting your right hip flexor. Good, and then drop your knee. Take that left foot out at an angle. Press into your inner left knee. Opening up. Beautiful. And then we'll come into pigeon on the other side. So your legs might be different on both sides. or they might be okay to do the same thing. So either coming into pigeon, you want to make sure your right leg's directly behind you, that your hips are the same height, so square. Stack your fists, come down to the floor. Otherwise, come on to your back. Take your left ankle on top of your right knee, keeping that foot active. Hug it on in. You can press your elbow into your thigh. You can send your right leg up to the sky. Nice. And then wherever you are, we'll all be in a seated Baddha Konasana pose, so butterfly pose. So either taking it farther away if that feels better, or closer in. Lift your chest, and then maybe take your hands behind you, coming forward, opening up your inner thighs. Good. Come on up, let's take your legs wide. So whatever wide is for you, it could look like this. And if you're rounded, again, maybe sit on top of a blanket. Good. And then lift your chest, come forward, keeping those feet active. If you have a little bit more, you can bring your hands to your legs. Nice. And then make your way all the way up. Good. And then let's come into a cross-seated position. So hopefully you feel more open in your hips, in your shoulders. So just take a moment to close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And namaste. Thank you.